Lots of former Denver athletes on the move, NFL playoffs, hats on the ice, and Jamal Murray is a dog. This is your Denver Sports Daily for January 22nd. Let's go.
Taking you through your morning headlines, it's Denver Sports Daily with Rachel V. Hill.
The Nuggets took down the Washington Wizards in D.C. 113-104. MVP chants broke out at the end of the game for Nikola Jokic. The Joker had a double-double, 42 points and 12 boards. Check out Jokic's shot selection versus the Wizards. Feed him and good things will happen, you guys. It's actually crazy to be able to look at where he's shooting and where Michael Malone is placing the Joker. Always fun stuff. And you can tune into Coffee Break at 12 p.m. Jake Shapiro and I are going to discuss this weekend, plus why the Nuggets and Avalanche, looking back, haven't gone to the White House after winning their championships. Interesting and a good conversation. Make sure you tune in. The Denver Nuggets were handed the Boston Celtics their first home loss of the season on Friday night. Everyone was talking about this game. Boston was 20-0 at home. They are now 20-1 thanks to Michael Malone and company. It was a close game coming down to the final seconds, everybody. And you guys, Jamal Murray finished with 35 points on the night. Nikola Jokic saying he's got that dog in him. And boy, oh boy, does he. Again, 37 minutes, 35 points right there. Always fun to watch Jamal Murray. Now, Nathan McKinnon, he emerges as the front runner for the Hart Trophy at the halfway point of the season. The Hart Trophy, if you do not know, is awarded annually to the player that believed to be the most valuable to his team as selected in a vote by the Professional Hockey Writers Association. McKinnon received 8 of 14 first-place votes and 60 voting points, 12 more than runner-up Nikita Kucherov of the Tampa Bay Lightning, who received 3 first-place votes. McKinnon is second in scoring in the NHL race with 73 points and has a league-high 49 assists. You guys, Nathan McKinnon has a chip on his shoulder this year, and he's going to do whatever it takes to be able to take the Avalanche, hopefully, deep into the playoffs, and we are so lucky we get to watch him here in the Mile High City. Now, moving on. Logan freaking OConnor with his first hat trick against the Flyers of the Avs win in Philly 7-4. The young guys showed up in this one with the hat trick again. Ross Colton had 3 assists and Miles Wood had 2 assists. Also, good news, Avs fans. Nathan McKinnon is your all-star captain and Cale Makar is your alternate captain. That's coming up so freaking soon. It's always fun to do. Now, I actually have a real question when it comes to a hat trick. And anybody in the comments, please let me know. Are you throwing your hat for a hat trick? I'm sorry, I'm not going to. Hats are so freaking expensive, you guys. I cannot imagine just tossing my $60 hat onto the ice, and I know they go to charity, so I sound a little bit like a Grinch, but maybe I'll just start bringing a second hat. Joey, our producer, would you be throwing your hat onto the ice? I need to know.
It depends on how much it costs, what kind of hat it is.
Okay, you just got a brand new hat, though, where it's like your favorite hat, your lucky hat. Are you throwing it?
No, I'm not.
It's way too hard, you guys. Also, like I mentioned in the open, there's some former Colorado players that are moving, and the New York Islanders announced that head coach Lane Lambert has been relieved of his coaching responsibilities. Now, you might be saying, Rachel, why the heck are we talking about the Islanders? Well, a familiar name is taking over. Patrick Roy has been named the head coach of the New York Islanders, and as many Colorado Avalanche fans will remember, Roy had 3 years of NHL coaching experience when he led the Avs from 2013 to 2016. He finished with a record of 130, 92, and 24, and he earned the Jack Adams Award as Coach of the Year for the 2013-2014 season, where he lifted the Avs to 112 points. He also finished 3rd in the NHL. And the Avs have already played the Islanders twice this season, where the Avs won both games, so we won't be seeing Patrick Roy anytime soon, which is a little bit of a bummer. Now, looking ahead to the NFL, Antonio Pierce was officially announced as the new full-time head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders on Friday. I love this move personally. The Raiders owner Mark Davis elevated Pierce from linebackers coach to interim head coach following the Halloween firing of Coach Josh McDaniels. How could we all forget when Josh called his kids back from trick-or-treating to tell them the news? I'm like, you couldn't have waited until they got their candy and everything else, but Josh McDaniels doing what Josh McDaniels does. Pierce led the team to a 5-4 finish after he took over. The Raiders also went 3-1 in the AFC West under Pierce, scoring a franchise record 63 points against the Los Angeles Chargers and beating the Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium for only the second time since 2013. I love this move for Antonio Pierce. I think that this is great for the Raiders. Unfortunately, it definitely sucks a little bit for the Denver Broncos, but we will move on. Pro Football Focus ranked 4 Broncos as free agents among the NFL's top 150. With the massive cap hit that the Broncos will deal with when cutting Russell Wilson this season, every dollar will count for the Broncos. So coming in at number 57 is Lloyd Cushenberry. Number 78 is Josie Jewell. 113 is Adam Troutman. And 143 is Cam Fleming. So definitely some names Broncos country will know. This is another name Broncos country will know. KJ Hamler is headed to Buffalo. The former second-round pick of the Broncos agreed to a reserved/future contract with the Buffalo Bills on Saturday. ESPN's Field Yates first reported the move. Hamler will not be eligible to practice or play with the Bills during the rest of their postseason run that has now officially ended, but he will be on the roster when the page turns this offseason after the Super Bowl. I'm honestly really happy for KJ. He dealt with a lot off of the field, and I'm happy to see him get another opportunity in the league. It stinks because I think it could come back and bite the Denver Broncos, but obviously lots of changes are going to be coming for them. Now let's talk about the Kansas City Chiefs. Bronco country, I feel you on this one as they are moving on to another AFC championship after beating the Buffalo Bills. And while we don't really want to talk about Patrick Mahomes and everything, here's a stat for you as well. Patrick Mahomes is 3-0 against Josh Allen in the postseason. That stings a little bit, but hey, at least we are not the Buffalo Bills in there. And rumors have already beginning to swirl that Travis Kelce may retire after this season. And who knows if that's going to be true, but it's definitely something to watch for. And here's a story you can tell your friends this weekend as well. Travis Kelce explained why he wears the number 87. As a tribute to his older brother, Jason Kelce, who was born in the year 1987. I find that actually to be really great. If you haven't seen their podcast, New Heights, you should 100% go watch it. It is so much freaking fun. But now, speaking of Jason Kelce, this man is freaking legendary, you guys. He was so much fun to watch yesterday. I wasn't even watching the game. I said, you know what? We're just going to really pay attention to Jason Kelce. I was on social media, really just diving into everything. And so, Josh, real quick, I want to ask you, or not Josh, Joey, I want to ask you real quick, what was the biggest game for you when you were kind of looking back at it and being like, all right, this was something I was not expecting to see this weekend?
The Packers keeping it so close is probably the biggest one that I can think of.
No, 100%. Me too. I was actually like shocked when it came to the Packers and how well they played. And you're kind of looking at it being like, oh, maybe they should have moved on from Aaron Rodgers a little bit sooner. But you guys, Jason Kelce, I hope that this man or your Monday is as great as this man's Sunday was. Of course, always so much fun. And I'm going to leave you with this to end the show. See you tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. for another episode of Denver Sports Daily. Love you all so much. Peace.